Hey, welcome back, guys. So again, just about getting ready to tuck in for the night. So I figured I'd give you guys another tip on how we do it on expeditions and stuff like that. You know, snowshoe expeditions here in the hot tent. Last I checked, it was 85 degrees by the thermometer. It's probably warmer than that now because I'm definitely hot. But anyways, so I'm about to tuck in for the night, and in one of my other videos I had a comment that asked about or mentioned, hey, with your center pole here you should bring some nails and, you know, bang some nails into your center pole and hang up your clothes and dry them out at night. Well, obviously I've thought about this. I've been on, you know, snowshoe trips and winter trips with buddies of mine that have done this for a long time, and we're hip to that kind of mentality, if you will. So what I'll say is, rather than bring nails or something like that you have to bang into the center pole and chance, you know, in the event that something happens, ripping your canvas tent or your tarp or what have you, we don't do the nail thing. However, we do certainly think about drying out our equipment and clothing throughout the night as we sleep. So it's dry for the next day, put it back on, go out, handle your business for the day, whether you're trekking to a new spot or, you know, okay, we're keeping camp here and we're going out for a day scout or whatever the case may be. No better opportunity in a situation like this in a hot tent to dry your stuff out. So again, we've certainly thought about that and have practiced that over the years. But being a center pole design with the tent that I have here, the Jack Mountain Bushcraft Expedition tent, we have our own way of doing that. So we're going to show you that now. So hang tight. Alright, so I just have a pretty big hank of cord here, or cordage. Let me find the tag end here. Pull that out. And I'll show you kind of what we do, or what we have done in the past when it comes to extreme cold weather up here in the North Woods. So most of the stuff I do, you can measure this stuff out, and over time you'll get a feel for what you need for cordage. But I typically go double arm's length for what I need, and I'll cut that off there. Be it a lashing for a tripod, be it hanging my clothing up at night, or what have you. Double arm's length seems to work pretty well. So all I'm going to do with this hank of cordage is kind of center that like such, and I'm going to take that in half, and I'm just going to tie a overhand knot right there at the halfway point. That creates a loop for me like this, and now I have two ends where I can wrap around my pole, which I'll do now. And depending on how many people, depending on the size of your tent, will determine, you know, how much room you have here on your center pole to hang gear. But so I've come all around this center pole. Not a big deal. That's actually perfect. Just a square knot there that I can easily get undone. I don't need to tie it tight. But now I have a loop here on my pole, and what I can do is take my insert, my wool felt liner, and just stick it through here and hang it from the center pole. And I can make several of those. I can make this piece of cordage half again as much bigger and make a double loop here and hang both of my felt liners, or just make another one like this and hang the second one, not a big deal, and you'll keep them all relatively the same. I could probably put this one in, just lost that one, but I could probably put both of these in the same loop, just like that. And now I have both my felt liners drying throughout the night with the wood stove here. And when I get up in the morning, I would actually use the wool felt liner that I went to bed with for the day, because probably I've sweated in that thing throughout the night. It's kept me warm, not a big deal. But now I'm going to be moving throughout the day and sweating. My feet are going to sweat anyway, so I'm going to get those wool felt liners wet, right? So I'll use them throughout the day. These will be dry when I come back that night and ready to go to bed. Doesn't matter if I move that day or not. When I come back, I have a fresh pair of wool felt liners that I can put on for bed. You know, negative temps, that'll help keep me warm, and replace them with the wet pair, dry those out, and we're good to go. So this is the system that we use on expeditions, snowshoe trips and that sort of thing. And again, just a simple, you know, cordage lashing that we put around the center pole, and you make several of them, and you can hang t-shirts and hats and gloves and all that stuff. As for my mucklucks that are a little bit wet right now, I'm going to actually place them by the wood stove and dry those out, and maybe throughout the night, if I have to get up one time to restoke the fire, or a buddy does, or a companion on the trip, everyone helps each other, right? So you get up, you stoke the fire. If there's boots around the fire or mucklucks, you rotate those, you feed the fire, go back to bed, and next in line will do the same, you know, for everybody else. So that's kind of how that works. So again, figured I'd share that with you while we're out here spending the night. And I'm sweating right now. Ridiculous in here. Again, last time I checked, it was 85 degrees in the tent, and it was 26, I believe, outside. So crazy. But yeah, so that's how we do it. You know, simple lashing around a center pole. You don't want nails or anything that's gonna chance ripping your tarp or your tent or whatever. A simple lashing like this, hang your stuff up, and you're good to go for the next day. So thanks for watching, guys.